Welcome to another episode of the 3 Dot Podcast. My name is Bogzy.
I'm Dbuster.
And I'm Fresh.
And this is where the conversation does not stop.
It keeps going, baby.
It keeps going and it don't stop.
So, what are we talking about today?
Let's start where
Oh, okay.
we did something recent. It was briefly Bogzy's birthday recently.
It was.
And
I
what
just
did you
turned 21.
Want
guys.
to do?
What did I originally?
Well, what did we end up doing?
Oh, we did an escape room.
Well, what did you want to do first? Now I'm curious. What did you actually want to do originally?
What did I want? There wasn't any.
So you just wanted to do an escape room?
I wanted. I'm always down for an escape room, even though, there might be a good chance I'll just be observing, because in my group of friends, there's a lot of problem solvers, and once we get in the room, they just go at it. So I just let them go at it, and they're really good at it too. So I mean, why the fuck not? We did an escape room, and we did a Batman themed escape room.
Shit.
It's right up your alley. You know what I think you wanted to... What you would appreciate?
What?
If it was just a simple barbecue.
Oh yeah.
We'd get together.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm not too picky when it comes to like celebrating my my birthday. Not at all. We can go to Chuck E. Cheese if we can, but we can't because
We'd have to
D&B.
bring a kid.
we can't. We can bring you and be like, this is my son.
Shut the hell up.
This is my
This
son.
is my son, Dave.
And they might,
Dave, tell him how old you are.
They might believe it, bro.
Do you remember the premise of the escape room or anything like that?
The one that we did.
Yeah.
It was like we have to turn off some smoke bomb or like laughing gas or something.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a bomb planted by the Joker who escaped Blackgate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which was I thought it was cool. I just wish there was one more room. I wish there was one more big room.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
wanted. But it was good though. It was cool because I've always wanted a Batman escape room. I've always wanted that. I just I was like, oh, there's got to be a day where someone will create this. So experiencing the elements from Batman was very cool. I enjoyed it. I just wish there was like one more room.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I enjored it.
Yeah, I did too. I enjoyed it because I was with you guys. So
Can we revisit the moment that Dave started taking everything down?
all right, chat.
Let's go back to that.
Okay, so there was a point where we there was 3 rooms in the escape room. There was a point in the escape room where we get to the 3rd room, and for a moment we're stuck. We're stuck, and we're not finding any hints. We're not finding any clues. But in the background of
Can I
Shut
tell
up.
this? No,
I gotta bring it up, and then you can talk about your reasoning and why you did it. We were in the room, and it was the Gotham cityscape.
The skyline.
The skyline on every wall. Just think about buildings on the wall, but in front of the buildings was Velcro. Kind of, what, 3D, 4D, 3D, 4D,
3D.
3D.
Popped out.
Made the buildings pop out, and at one point we didn't know what the clues were, and so Dbuster goes. He notices that the buildings were Velcroed onto the wall. He looks at it, peels it, and he starts. He's like, "Wait a minute." And he starts taking them all off, and then our buddy Mike was like, "He's like, Dave, I don't think that's a clue, man. I think that's just decorative." And Alex does the same thing too. Fresh does the same thing too. And so my ass sees what he's doing, and I start pulling him off too. And I noticed there's nothing behind him. We just ruined the room. Yeah. That's what had happened. And guys, it was
Velcro.
There was one.
There was Velcro.
One wall. So what does that mean? You're supposed to peel it off, you child.
No.
There's one wall here, 2 walls here, 3 walls, and there was like 2 buildings per wall.
walls work.
We ripped off every building on each wall, and you know what the fucked up part was? You know how when you're in an escape room, there are managers watching it. They didn't say shit. They were probably laughing their ass off in the control room.
Wait, hold on. Before you, let me tell my side of it. All right.
There you go.
So look.
Can't wait
Like
for
you
to
said,
reach
we were stuck, right? We were trying to figure it out. We saw some buttons. The buttons were doing anything. You figured out the fans, and then we're all like, all right, let's. There was some gargoyles on the side. They weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
And then I saw the Velcro. In the beginning, the lady told us that, look, anything that has like the don't pull sign or don't like carrier or like don't move,
Yeah.
you cannot move. It didn't have that. I just saw Velcro buildings on a wall, and I was like, oh, we're supposed to take this off.
Yeah. That also goes to show how much he was listening when the person also said, "You should never touch anything above your head."
It was not above my head.
And these were big.
It was above your head.
It was not above my.
2 feet above
It
is
was
above your
within
head.
reach.
These-
I would.
These were big pieces too. They were bigger than you. It was bigger than you.
Yes, there were big, like
They were like half your
wood
body.
pieces that had Velcro on that were attached
Yeah.
to the wall. Okay, but they they didn't have anything that says you cannot take them off.
But after
Okay.
after you ripped
granted.
after you ripped off like 1 to 3 pieces, did you not realize that there was just
Here's
nothing
the
on
thought
wall?
process. Here's the thought process.
Let
I
him
thought
defend.
these were all puzzle pieces. We had to like put them on the ground, put them together,
That's-
and it would have looked like something. I don't know. That was my thought process. And then like everyone, and then look, I think someone went into the other room and go, look, there's are these signs on the wall.
Did you have Velcro shoes when you were a kid?
Shut up.
You-
They went to the other room. There were these like tic-tac-toe type situations.
Yeah.
They were on the wall, and someone goes, I think that correlates with that. And then I dropped it, and I went like, all right, maybe we were going the wrong path here.
Yeah.
And then we're all like, all right, and we'll figure this out. We figured it out, and yeah, we
There you
we
go.
didn't need those Velcro buildings.
At all.
The worst part was when we took them out, and there was a lot of pieces. It was literally 2 buildings per wall. I think one wall had like 3. We had to put them back up. We had to put them back up, and these weren't small things. They were huge.
Who got mad? You got mad at me. Someone got mad at me.
It was him.
was me.
Someone went like,
was-
dude,
it was
put this shit
fresh.
back up.
Yeah, it was me. It was me.
And I remember Mike was putting one piece back up on the wall. He's like, "Damn it, Dave!"
He tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, "Can you control your boy?" Anyways,
Anyways, guys,
No.
we did solve the room
Yeah.
with 3 minutes left.
yeah, with 3 minutes and
With
10
3 minutes
seconds
left, we did solve it.
Big ups to the folks who participated that day. Chaotic couldn't make it that day, but the rest of us did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
So
Just a note, I did contribute.
You did. You
I
did.
contributed.
You did.
to
Yep.
what we don't know yet. We'll
No,
figure it out.
Shut up.
But that kind of leans into the topic today.
Escape rooms.
No, heists.
Oh.
Yeah.
Heists.
Yep.
Hell yeah,
So when I say
baby.
heists, what do you guys think of?
Stealing.
Bank robbery.
But you
Yeah.
know what though? When I hear heist, I think of not even just stealing. I think of like Robin Hood. I think of
Robin
like,
Hood?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
so
what I hear.
so
Okay,
there's a
steal
bit of
from
like a
the rich.
psychological study on that. Like, what makes a heist film or a heist story so damn good,
Mm.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
So, what does make a heist or consists of heists to be a very good story?
I think it's the execution.
I
Like
see.
everything coming together. There's a satisfaction you get when things fall into place. It's kind of like when you move a puzzle piece into like its spot and it just goes.
Yeah, I see what you're
just
saying.
falls in.
Satisfying, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's for me at least. When I watch like Ocean's 11 or something like that,
Uh-huh.
or I don't know. There was that magic one. There was a good scene where
Right.
they were trying to keep a card from somebody.
Yes.
What's that movie called?
I don't know what it's called.
Now you see.
Now you
Now
see-
you
yeah.
see me. Yeah, yeah.
We'll talk about we'll talk a little bit about that more too.
Yeah.
Bogzy, what do you find a heist film or a heist story feel so satisfying for a lot of people?
Oh, I got you. The best heist movies have a certain member on the team. This is like the twist, where a certain member on the team betrays you. I think a good
Oh,
heist
the
movie
plot
has like
twist.
the beginning, right? Think about National Treasure, right? I think the beginning of the movie of National Treasure 1 with Nicolas Cage, they all teamed up with Sean Bean and they were looking for treasure. They were all on the same team, and then Sean Bean turns on him, right? And then Sean ends up having his own treasure hunting team.
Yeah.
I think that's super dope. And then you can either end it with like, oh, they end up like teaming up again at the end, or
Right.
obviously the guy that was once a homie, ends up gets like killed, or he gets put in prison for
Yeah.
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 He's just the
I think
fall guy or
I think
something.
those are the dope aspects
Yeah.
of a good heist movie.
For me, it's kind of like the Get Back. Like, for instance, the person who plays the antagonist usually is a former member of your group who then turns astray.
Mhm.
Then from there, you're not looking for money. you're looking to get even.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That's like those are the that was like the plot for like Ocean's 12.
Ocean's
Mhm.
12.
Ocean's 12,
right?
where they didn't really need to rob anymore, but it was more like, hey, there's another guy doing what we do.
Uh-huh.
Let's do it better, or let's like it better.
Right.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Would you consider the first Fast and the Furious a heist movie?
First Fast
The
and
first,
Furious?
the very first one.
First one, where they were hijacking like trucks on the go.
Oh, that is a good. No.
It is a car movie.
I think it was a car movie pretending to be a heist movie. It was more to kind of showcase
Family.
racing culture. Yeah, and
Okay.
family.
Yeah.
That was the best one.
The first one.
Yeah.
I mean, Tokyo Drift too, despite
love
all
Tokyo
the
Drift.
lines, I think Tokyo Drift really
one of my favorite ones, if not
took
favorite
a
one.
lot of car culture in general and just took it
It
to the
changed the
mainstream.
tone, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Of the movie.
But there is a lot of movies, right? So let's talk a little about Ocean's 11, 12, and 13,
Uh-huh.
right? And
Okay.
there was a Ocean's version who were all female cast, I
All
assume?
women. Yep.
Ocean's 14 or something like that.
What was it called? It was.
Oh,
Well, she was Danny's sister, so it might have been called Ocean's 11 again, or I'm not sure.
I think Ocean's. It's just a number, but that doesn't matter. One of my favorite films, Italian Job. You
Okay.
guys remember that?
Italian
Yeah, I do,
Job.
I do.
It yeah.
Yeah.
It made the the mini.
The Mini
Mini Coupe,
Coopers,
fucking popular.
Yep. But see, the thing about that, the reason why I liked it was because, it was about getting even. It was about getting back.
Mm-hmm.
There are, a lot of things that alluded to like how that actually happened. Did you guys know that that was like an old film back then, The Italian Job?
Yeah, it was a remake.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was a remake. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Same thing with Oceans.
Yeah, Oceans.
Okay.
Yeah, the original Oceans had Frank Sinatra in it.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
Holy moly. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can put National Treasures into that caveat too as well.
Yeah,
right?
that would be me. That was gonna be my answer. The score as well. The score was a good one. But Oceans was cool. Oceans was cool just because the thing about what I loved about Oceans was that it was a big ass team. It wasn't just like
Yeah.
4 people. Like they literally had 11 people, then they had 12 people, then they had 13 people, and everybody had a job to do, and they were so good at it.
Mhm.
And even when they fucked up, like you didn't feel bad at all. Like you'd laugh at their pain
Yeah.
because they're professionals at it. That's what made that franchise so good. And also it was an all-star cast, man.
Yeah.
All-star cast.
But what made you cheer for them, right?
Um,
Why would you cheer for the thieves?
Right. Well, I think when they put the perspective on not the thieves. So with Oceans, right? They put the perspective between the people who are heisting and the people who they're heisting from. So when you see the perspective from like Andy Garcia, who he came in Ocean's 12, he was the casino owner, and you saw how selfish he was and how stuck up and how much of an asshole he was. He was like, oh yeah, I'm not rooting for this guy. I can't wait till he gets
Right.
robbed. So, yeah, that's what makes you root for the.
Just like Robin Hood, right?
There you
Look
go.
at that. There you go. Take
By
it.
the way, Control Center 3 dot. I can only hear from my left side. That's okay. Okay,
That's fine.
that's good.
It's
okay.
the
Yeah.
mic.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So that's funny though. Now that we talked about that, do you have any other heist films that you want to talk about really quick?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Hey,
Yeah. That's a heist.
Ant-Man is a
Ant-Man.
heist film.
Yeah. It's a heist. Yeah.
It is. I mean, I would say it's not the best, but I don't know,
Right.
just something I thought about.
No, that's actually really good. Like, what's your favorite part about Ant-Man, and what makes it a very good heist film?
I mean, it is pretty much like someone who does normally heists and things like that. He gets his old team back together to. I mean, it's not framed at like this huge heist, but it's like a superhero-esque
Right.
heist type situation. Once he gets the suit and all that, he's like, "Oh, we need a team." It's the same formula,
Would
like we need a
you-
team. And he gets his like he's 3 funny guys
Right.
to become the team, and how they were talking in the dining room table about like what to do and things like that when they're about to plan out what they're gonna do.
Would you consider in Avengers Endgame a heist movie?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a time heist,
It's a time. Yeah, that's exactly what I was. Literally what I was gonna say. It's a
right.
time heist. Yeah.
right? You got a group of characters, scraggly characters, odd beat down. They try to find
Stealing the Infinity Stone in the past.
steal the stones,
Yeah.
come back and change time and do it for the better.
Yeah.
Right. Get their get back.
It is kind of a time. Yes,
It is. It is a time heist.
It is a heist movie.
It was a heist movie. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. That's what until the very end, where it was actually the end is when it's an actual like all out war.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's when it comes
the
action.
whole
yeah.
but the whole movie was a heist movie.
I mean, even at the very end, right?
Yeah.
There's like a lot of twists and turns, and at the very end, you see Tony with his gauntlet. That's a part of the swaparoo. Little switcheroo there, you know?
When he stole the stones last
Right?
minute.
Just like Ocean's 11, when he thinks that the money was still in the vault, money's gone, baby. And how was it gone? A different way.
There was a show on Netflix that they did something with colors. I forgot what the episodes were. Like episode black, episode orange, something like that. You can watch it in any order, and it'll make sense because it gives it into perspective of each person
That's
in the
cool.
heist.
Yeah.
I forgot what show that was.
Well, great. You can.
It was really good.
Now the
I
people
started.
watching can just start.
Yeah,
with,
if they know about
show
it.
with colors. I wish you had the title.
I wish I had the title, but the episodes were each colors, and it showed one person in the team in their perspective of that heist.
I
So you
believe-
can watch it in any order,
Yeah.
and it'll make sense, and
So-
it changes the story a little bit.
The show, I believe, is called Kaleidoscope. And
Yes!
it's about a master thief and his crew attempt an epic and elaborate
I have
heist
seen that while I'm
worth
browsing.
Yes!
$7 billion. But betrayal, greed, and other threats undermine their plans.
Ew.
Yes, that one was interesting. It was an interesting take.
Yep.
That was an interesting take on the
okay.
heist story, where it changes the perspective of who the main character is based on the episode you're watching, and it doesn't matter which episode you watch.
That's
first.
cool. That's interactive.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a look at that.
You know, what's funny, though, is that
Kaleidoscope.
when you think about heists, you always think about movies. But we never really translate that into real life stuff that happens.
Yeah.
A month ago from the shooting on March 31st, 2024, was deemed the largest heist in U.S. history.
When was
Called
this?
The Easter Sunday heist, where $30 million went missing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
On
$30
Easter
million
Sunday.
fucking dollars went missing. And it went in undetected, without activating the alarm system, without activating any of the guards.
Hey,
And that was in L.A.
Hey, dude, let's not talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about
You're the one that did it.
Dude, let's not talk about
Let me
this.
come over
It's
later.
Yeah, let me come over. Let me check
Let me
your bar.
let me check your bed. Let me check underneath your bed.
let's
See
talk
how
about
much
this,
cash you got under there, man.
Yeah.
Let me check your mattress. All right.
But you know what's some really good examples, though, of real life other than that?
Huh.
Some of the most get back stories. That's a part of the heist.
Mhm.
You know, like people.
Also, it
taking
was a
money-
get back.
That wasn't a get back.
Okay.
That, you know, like, let's talk about
Because
get back.
if it was, good for them.
Right? Let's talk about get backs. Let's talk about the most gangster people in history. Starting with
Oh.
someone that we all have related or spent some time lined up and akin to. This motherfucking gangster's named Lapu Lapu.
Oh.
Who is Lapu Lapu Fresh?
You already know who it is.
Let him know.
Lapu Lapu was one, basically, of the two datus, and datus basically mean like a title of a ruler. They're a ruler in the Philippines,
Uh-huh.
right? So, you know, Ferdinand Magellan, specifically, Portuguese explorer, was traveling the world, well-known explorer, right? So his lifespan was from the 1480s to 27th April in 1521.
Oh.
That day that he died was on the hands of Lapu Lapu. They went to go ahead and invade the Philippines, and basically some gangster shit was like, oh, hell no, not on our fucking part. Lapu Lapu fucking suited up with basically the armor that he had at the time,
See that?
and then fucking got his god back.
Why you don't mess with us Filipinos, man? Anyways, that great fact. That's for the one. I'm sorry. That's for the one white person watching. So there, you got some Filipino history. Yeah, you got to learn something there.
Well, let's go ahead and educate our brown folk about some white history, I guess, specifically with a group called the Pink Panthers.
Oh,
Oh.
Do you know anything about that?
is this
A cartoon?
obviously we obviously we don't know, but it was is this what motivated the Pink Panther cartoon because of this?
Yeah.
It is?
No.
It's not. Okay.
In 2003, the Pink Panther gang actually stole jewels from London and Mayfair, and actually in 2005 they stole more jewelry, over 1 million in jewelry. And for the longest time, these guys were basically about, and the organization was huge. It wasn't like Ocean's 11. We're talking about Ocean's 800. There was 800 members, a part of the Pink Panthers, doing organized jewelry crime, and a lot of that was attacked in United States, in Britain, and Japan, specifically in
Like
the Tokyo
museums
area.
or going like bank vaults?
Jewelries, yeah, and also
Oh,
some
jewelry stores.
jewelry stores.
was
yeah.
Ocean's
These are
800.
these are fucking
This is Ocean's
jewel
800.
thieves, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Pink Panthers. The reason why they were named that was actually specifically through a cartoon.
So okay, so it is involved with the cartoon somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, but really, realistically though, like these guys were not caught for the longest time, and one of the greatest, and if not the greatest, number one person who was the greatest thief in the world goes by the name of Doris Payne.
Divorce pain.
Yeah, Doris Payne stole over 500K in jewelry in 1 year, and then she basically is now 93 and still alive, and doesn't care, and actually still admits to her crimes today.
She ever get
Wait,
locked up
she
for
doesn't.
it?
And as of recently, she stole about $30,000 in jewelry.
She's 93.
She still got it.
She still got
She
it,
still
baby.
got that sticky
I-
fingers.
I-
Hide your
wait,
bag
man.
around her.
Holy shit!
She's single.
Pickpocket queen.
Yeah, that's always going to there, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of that, like, we'll do a little bit more story diving just to kind of put you in the mood of what a heist can really be. Okay,
Okay.
47 Ronin. Do we know that story?
I feel like I have watched it, but it's been a while. Who's in it?
Keanu Reeves is in 47 Ronin.
Oh.
I feel like I've seen it once, but it's been a while.
Okay, so the movie itself is completely far apart from the Japanese history itself of the 47 Ronin.
Okay.
So, long story short, there are two places. So there's shoguns, and then they're kind of clans or gangs, whatever you want to claim them,
Okay.
right? And during a specific night, it's known as the Akko in Vendetta. There's there's the Akko, and then there's also the, let me see here, the name, I forget the name, so I want to say it and not just say this guy and that guy.
You want to butcher it?
Yeah, exactly. So Yedo. In Yedo, it's basically a bunch of a Spring Hill temple. What happened was, it's not really clear, but there was two people. So there's Asano, he was a part of Akko, and then Kamei, who's a part of the Suwano. So just all you have to remember is the Akko and the Suwano. All right.
Akko Swano.
Yeah.
Swano.
So they get into a fight, and actually one tries to basically kill the other, right, on a specific night, and it's actually one of those nights where there's a time-honored thing happening, and this all happens in a hallway. They don't know what the argument's for, right? But what happened was, since it was so happening on the room and in the hallway, it had offended the Asano. Basically, they asked him to basically commit seppuku, right, or get executed
Okay.
after an
Yeah.
attempted murder. In samurai methodology, though, if something bad happens and you guys both like fuck up and it's out of law and out of code, you guys
Kill both of
you
you.
guys kill each other, right?
Oh my god.
But what happened was, one guy got away scot-free. All right. So
Okay.
this is where the gangster shit happens. So
Someone
all
had to get
these
got.
so all these people from the top, all the way back, all the way down, all of his Ronin, hundreds and hundreds of Ronin, these samurais, right? At this point, hundreds and hundreds of samurais, they lose their leader, and they're like, okay, well, my brother can basically, or that guy's brother can basically lead us, right? But they didn't do that. They sent him somewhere else. What does that mean? All those samurai, all those hundreds of samurai, are now left without a leader. So they don't have a place. They don't have a place to live. No, nothing. Okay. So one of the guys basically comes up after, and he says, "This isn't fucking right," and he says, "I want to get back for our leader."
Okay.
So he rounds up 200 samurai and goes, "This is whatever." And then the other, like basically half of them, so we're around 100, half of them are like, "Brother, you're barking up the wrong tree. We lost our guy. Let's just go back into society. Let's just do whatever there is."
Someone
Right.
dies.
What's up?
Does someone die?
A lot of people are gonna die, of course.
All right. So
This is a
someone
samurai
died.
movie?
This is the real story. This is a story.
Oh, okay.
Holy fuck.
Oh, okay. So okay.
This is real life. You gotta listen to the history, the culture, the Ronins.
We're done talking about movies. Now we're talking about actual examples.
This is real now. Okay, okay.
This
Yeah.
is real.
Okay, gotcha.
Understand, dude? What was it? The occults.
The Yakult.
No, that's a
Man,
drink.
I want to hear from you.
You said the drink. Yeah, what's
What
up?
was it? What was it?
Don't tell me. No, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, no, it's not. It's not a movie. Okay.
No, what was the two people?
I was like, when the fuck did this movie come out? Oh my gosh.
Oh man. So Kira. Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god, dude. We're gonna get canceled in so many ways. Okay. Point is, he said, "Hey, will you guys join me in partaking our get back?" Right?
Okay.
200 samurai. 100 of them say, "Nah, dude, I'm out later." So 100 show up, and he basically goes, "Okay, you guys got to show up here tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna let you guys think about it for your 100." What he does, he sends out his homie, his assistant. His assistant goes to each and every one of those houses and said, "Hey, by the way, we called it off. We called our get back off." And for the ones that said, "Okay, thank you," and went off to their own lives, he let them be. But for whatever those guys were like, "Nah, dude, we got to get back. We got to do this for our master somehow." 47 of them said yes. So the next day, they planned up and made basically a crazy plan. Within 2 years, they created an elaborate plan where 47 Ronin integrated into the opposition's plan. And they became merchants, they became cooks, they became fishermen of all walks of life. And then basically on one night, all 47 Ronin stormed the castle because they laid all of the intricate traps, all of the intricate openings that they can penetrate through the defense. And then basically took off that guy's head who was still left alive. After that fact, which is the most gangster-ass motherfucking move that I think that was possible, they beheaded him. They brought
Put it
it
on a pike.
They brought it back to his master's grave, to their master's grave.
And they stuck it on there.
They brought it to their master's grave, and then they went back to the emperor, and then committed seppuku.
Oh, that's
Wow,
crazy.
That's so badass.
They were
man.
like, "We did our job. Now it's time to die with our master." And that within weeks, basically, that story and that whole thing of the 47 Ronin caught so much fire, and now to this day, it's basically in Japan's legacy for learning that stuff, which is a crazy ass get back story.
Samurais are crazy, man.
Samurai.
So
also
so they're saying there, 47 samurai integrated it into the society.
Yeah.
And then while living there, slowly started trapping up the place, setting up these.
They were building
secret-
the long game.
They-
they were playing
run.
long game.
They were building intel pretty much to how to kill, when he was going to be alone, all this other stuff, and then when time was right, they fucking attacked.
Wow.
That's almost similar to. Do you remember the Keenan and Peele skit about how they were setting up a heist, and they're all like, "How are we about to do this in this bank?" Right? He's like, "I got this idea. Let's supply as a job, right? And then we slowly just work hour by hour in front of the desk. And the funny thing is, they pay us."
Ain't that the biggest heist ever?
And we slowly getting the money out of them. And then I think Peele goes like, "Ain't that getting a job?"
That's so funny because I feel like because I've been fortunate enough to work with these two guys at an actual job, and there were times where we weren't actually working, and then I'm pretty sure we've had those conversations along the lines where it's like, man, we're stealing money on the clock right now. So it's very relevant.
Dude,
Wherever
let's play
I
the long
work-
game, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, wherever I work is a long-term heist.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the
just put it
long
that
game,
way,
dude.
yeah. And I'm not sure if this is actually historical, but this is the story. It's a folktale, pretty much. So I'm sure there may be some truth to it. But Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. You guys know that story?
No.
No,
You really don't. You guys
No,
watch
I don't.
Aladdin?
I've heard of Alibaba. I may have heard of the title.
You haven't heard of the website?
I know.
No, I have not.
Oh damn, dude.
You really haven't? You goddamn
The
liar.
website?
Yeah.
What kind of website is it, Dave?
Shut the hell up.
What is it?
You know it.
I don't know. I don't.
You are. No, you shut up. Continue your story about Alibaba.
All right, real quick. So to preface some things about Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, basically there's Alibaba, and then his cousin Kasim, right? One day he overheard some thieves go, "Yo, there's this place with a bunch of gold, and it's with a cave that once you say a magic word, it'll open up." And that word is open sesame.
Open Sesame. Okay,
Yep.
I think I've seen it.
Right, so that's where the term open sesame comes from that actual folktale.
Okay.
Got it.
So Alibaba waits till the thieves leave, and he goes to the cave and goes, "Open sesame!" And then he like sees it. He grabs a bag of gold for himself, and he's like, "Oh shit, I'm rich." Goes back to his house with his wife, whatever the case is, and then says, "Close sesame." What he finds out though is that his cousin's wife was like, "Hey, I want to measure something weight wise." Mind you, Alibaba's a beggar. He's very, very poor. So when he asked for a weight, Alibaba's I guess wife-in-law, cousin-in-law, or whatever the case is.
Sure.
Yeah, she's like, "I'll give you weight," but what she does was that she puts that and puts wax under it. So that wax right there. So when he measures the gold, she finds out that the piece of wax has a piece of gold in it. And that's how Alibaba got caught, that he was stealing gold. So Kasim was like, "Hey, motherfucker, you better tell me where you find all this gold." So they went inside, and what happened was Kasim and Alibaba went in there, and then basically Alibaba heard of the thieves, heard footsteps, and before you know it, Alibaba left. And he didn't know how to get out. He also didn't know how to close the cave or reopen the cave or get out at the same time. So Kasim basically was left dead. And then Kasim got killed. They put pieces of his body and dismembered him, put him in front of the whole entire thing. And then after that case, with the complete dismemberment, Alibaba went back there and saw his cousin in pieces, and he's like, "Fuck, if anyone finds out, we're gonna be fucked," right?
Yeah.
So once that happens, he finds an assistant. I forget her name. Her name was like starts with an M. Morgiana.
Okay.
So that's his like dutiful assistant. Morgiana helps and basically says, "Hey, can you sew my cousin up?" And for 3 straight nights, the 40 thieves are trying to find out who's stealing my gold, and Morgiana spoils them. First night, "I need you to mark the door." When they marked the door, Morgiana went to all the other doors and marked all the doors. Second night, he's like, "Can you go ahead and make sure that you put like a little chip off the block in front of the door, right?" And he's like, "Oh, for sure." And then what she does the same shit. She follows and foils him, and then ruins that. Third night, he's like, the one of the leaders of the thieves is like, "You know what? I'm gonna remember this. I'm just gonna remember every single detail of where the person is, and we're gonna find them." And before he knows it, a bunch of his people that were in a barn ready to go ahead and attack Alibaba were killed with lamp oil and fire. They died in the fire because Morgiana helped them. Basically, this whole entire story was that Alibaba never got caught, and that was his true get back because he was a beggar this whole entire time.
And he was stealing.
True ass gangster shit. That's a folklore. I don't know if anything is true, like in terms of like historical.
Oh, that was my next question. I
accuracy.
was like, I know it's a movie, but I was like, is that real? I
I
mean,
don't
probably
think that's
they
real.
probably so
Yeah.
whoever wrote it probably heard of something
Something. I mean,
that went down.
that's how
similar,
folklore
maybe.
starts. A lot of
Yeah,
times it
that's
just
how it
starts off
starts,
with an
yeah.
idea,
Yeah.
and then they kind of spin into something bigger.
Same thing with like Hattori Hanzo. The ninja, the historical ninja. Obviously, people made Hattori Hanzo swords and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was actually a real person, but then pop culture and everything like that makes it almost like he's just like mythical creature kind of.
What
guy.
about Robin Hood? I think that's a good heist story.
Yeah, why haven't we touched on Robin?
I feel like because that's a generalized story. Do you know the story of Robin Hood? And do you know the story of Robin Hood?
Yeah. Stole from the rich, gave to the poor. The end.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the story.
See how short that podcast would be if we talked about it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I feel like well, not even just talking about the whole heist situation, but I feel like in story where people would be in a hood, people like anybody, any folklore, it could be Jedis, it could be your favorite superhero that wore a hood. I feel like Robin Hood was like the originator with the hood. Don't you think?
like a hood?
Yeah, the hood. Like when you think of a hood, I thought of Robin Hood back in the day.
Maybe. I mean,
Hold
look,
on.
I think every culture has
Right.
some version of Robin Hood. Like
Right.
Zorro, Robin Hood.
Yes, Zorro.
It's things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just confused. So you said that Robin Hood created hood, like
No, I didn't say he
Clothing hoods?
created it, but I
he
when
associates.
I associated it with so
Robin
every
Hood
time
and
I saw
hood.
like a character in any movie that was wearing a hood, I thought this when I was a child, but I was like, oh, like I thought Robin Hood. That's what I thought immediately.
Do you think
Because
of
he
that?
was the hooded. He was the hooded thief.
Yeah.
I thought Hood was his last name. Shut up. Dude.
What are you on today?
No.
What are you?
His name is Robin Hood.
That's
He's
it.
Robin
Good
Hood.
job, podcast.
Okay. Chat. We're gonna have to. We did take a.
No.
We took a Japanese. Was it whiskey? Japanese whiskey?
No.
It's not.
It is.
It's sake.
We took sake. We did take a Japanese sake shot before this recording. Now it all adds up. It's good though. It's very smooth.
Is it not?
I wanted to educate him on 47 Ronin, and I could tell he was like, get on with it.
It's
But
very
really,
smooth.
it's to help and elongate the podcast. But if I go ahead and do Robin Hood and say 3 sentences, we're done here. That's what we do.
Well, you can talk about like Zorro and stuff.
Okay,
It's
Zorro
light.
was,
but let me.
He
ask-
just had more. He was like saucy Robin Hood.
saucy Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Robin
was he
Hood.
really
Antonio
what's Zorro's-
Banderas.
Robin Hood in italics.
Hey, I know this is there's always a part of the episode where we stray away from the topic, but god damn, Antonio Banderas was a great casting as Zorro.
He is Zorro.
Nah, he's all right, dude. Actually,
Yeah.
I could have done better.
Now he's Puss in Boots, but
now he's busting boots.
goddamn man, when they casted him, and everybody's like, who's the the attractive looking Latino man that's about to get casted? And at the time, he was at the peak of his career.
It was a desperate.
Yeah.
It was a gimme, man. It was like, oh, they went ahead and they got Banderas. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And
It was
it was good. Zorro won with Anthony Hopkins, and that was the debut of beautiful. What's her name? Catherine Zeta-Jones. Oh my goodness, you wouldn't know this stuff. Too young for this stuff. You're too young for love. Anyways, back to the heist.
No, what I was going to ask you guys, though, next, after setting up a beautiful, storied building of what a heist encapsulates historically, what constitutes the greatest get back for you guys?
What constitutes?
Yeah, what means for you in your life? Like, what's a get back? Does anyone in your life right now, maybe not, maybe we can incriminate ourselves in any way, but really, truthfully, Mario, I'm looking at you, brother. You fucking owe me $10, all right?
Yeah,
Fucking
Mario.
2013, you owe me $10.
God
2013.
damn.
You think we
$10.
forgot?
You used to work at Target together as
Yeah.
card attendants. You
Yeah.
asked me for $10. I saw you the other day. You had a beautiful family. You looked happy.
Yeah.
I was too shy to ask for it, but I want my $10
Yeah, Mario. You still live in Daly City? Because if you do, you're in trouble. If you live in Daly City, we'll see each other.
Damn.
Bump into each other. Anyways. What constitutes a?
Talk about derailing.
I guess like at any point, and this is funny enough, this is on a weekly basis, because Fresh and I are in the card hobby, so we buy into a lot of sports breaks where we feel like we get robbed, because like we didn't get robbed. It's because we didn't have any hits. We didn't hit.
It feels bad.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like at any point where we invested into something and it ended up not paying us out, that would be probably my vendetta. Yeah, that's probably me.
What about you, D Goody?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
You don't strike me as a person who's like, I'm gonna fucking get you back.
Let's just
what I'm
bring it
saying?
up now, because I know this is probably in your timeline of questions, but I know you're gonna ask us like if all three of us were a part of a heist, what would our jobs be in that heist?
Oh, I know.
And
this.
I'm starting to worry with your ass, buddy, Mr. I don't know. Pull that card again.
No, look here. Look.
Can't
If
do
we
that
were,
when
if
we're
we were in a
heisting,
heist,
man.
if we were in a heist, and I've been told this multiple times, I'm the greaser.
What?
The greaser.
What's the job?
I
of
get into small spaces.
You're the little Asian guy in Ocean's 11.
Yes. That's me.
Oh please, when we edit this show, can you guys put like an AI generator of his face on the little Asian
just
dude of Oceans, please?
God.
Please, James, if you could do that for the future, that'd be so
Just
funny,
Photoshop
bro.
him right onto the fucking.
At
just, like,
least
the
he knew
snippet.
what his job was.
I know.
so.
Yeah, I know my job.
So wow, okay.
I know my. I
Out of all
know.
the questions he asked today, you pulled the I don't know cards. You pull the I don't know cards a couple times an episode, man. And but at least you know your job in the heist. Okay, so you're the small
I've
guy
thought about
that
it,
we can
yeah.
fit through the.
That's good.
The vents. I'm calling. Yeah.
I know what to call, man.
You guys see his shirt? I mean, it's very fitting that he'd be the raccoon of the group.
My pain is chronic, but my ass is iconic.
Have you seen raccoons try to like they can fit through small spaces, man?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, there's
A lot of it's fluff.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, a lot of it is fluff, man.
A lot of fluff.
Okay,
there.
so you're the greaser, and then
Mhm.
What would Bogzy be? That's what I want.
yeah, you tell me.
Tell
me. I swear he's gonna talk about something athletic again.
You
No.
got kind of like brawn. You got good shoulders.
Yeah,
Chat,
dude.
Yeah,
You're.
I had to stop you because I knew you were gonna do something with that. So what would my job be? I think I'd be the seducer. I'd be the Brad Pitt. Be talking to all the hot ladies and swaying them away.
Hey, I love how we
No.
asked for Dbuster's opinion or D Goody's opinion.
I don't know. What do you think
There it
his
is.
job is?
There it is, guys.
Shut the hell
3
up.
for 3. You don't know what I'd be good at a heist?
No, I don't.
What
Okay,
I think, and this is just what I think. I think Bogzy would be amazing at the distraction.
Thank you.
He distracts us from topics. He distracts us from timelines. He distracts us from getting on time, doing shows. The list goes on.
There you go. I like it. I'll take it. I'll take the
You're the
job.
distraction.
When do I
Yeah,
start?
That's a good one.
There you go.
You are the distraction.
See, at least there's no hesitation with him. Like you got to think of something. I bet you if I didn't say anything, like don't say anything athletic, like I already stopped your train of thought.
He'd be the brawn.
He'd be,
you
you know,
know, brawn.
I feel like you're gonna be. I feel like he can, crack open a heavy door and lift it. You know. Anyways, thank you,
No.
Fresh. I do appreciate that being
Yeah,
the
man.
distractor.
The distraction.
Yeah, I'd like
But
that
you know
to be.
what? Like what you said, although you said like, Rusty talks to girls, whatever. Rusty was the distraction.
You're Danny. You'd be Danny. He'd plan it. He'd plan the attack.
He would
the
plan
heist.
it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Obviously.
out of it though.
Yeah.
No dirty on me.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be our. And chaotic. Chaotic is the tech savvy guy. He'd be hacking through the mainframe.
Yeah.
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 And then James.
Uh huh.
He'd be the good looking. That's Brad Pitt right there.
Yeah.
He's Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
He's the good looking guy.
Yeah, the one,
Okay,
are
wait,
you one
with
of the
anything.
twins?
Yeah. Yeah.
I did it
Yeah, put it in the episode. Go ahead. I was just showing you my skills. I distracted us.
Yeah, you
See that?
really did.
That's good.
You're even if it wasn't on purpose. You're the one where we can't decide whether or not you did something on purpose or you're like Jack Sparrow.
It's the wild card,
Yeah.
dude.
You're like, was that
I
on
love
purpose?
Jack Sparrow.
or
I
was
love
he-
his character so
Unpredictably.
much.
Yeah.
He's unpredictable. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask, who do you think the wheelman is?
Oh,
The wheelman?
The wheelman.
Sure as hell not. Well, we all know who it is. That guy goes by many names, but some people call him the Prince.
yeah, 100%. It's Michael. 100%. It's Michael Paul, the guy who drifted at Skyline College. And
If you want to tell the viewers or in your words,
who was in the car? Were you in the car with them?
I was not in the car. I actually heard it from you. Literally, the first thing you did was like, you call me and go, Alex, the funniest shit just happened. And I need to tell you. And I'm like, what's going on, dude? What's going on?
I mean, we were in we went to the same community college, myself and Fresh, and then we our other buddy Mike, who I feel like naturally you guys will just hear about him a lot, maybe see him one day. We were coming off of after school little group that we had, and then I believe we were coming off a high too, because we solved, I forget what the drama was about. We solved some drama that was happening within class, right? And everybody felt good about themselves, like, hey, let's go to I don't know where we went to go eat. We went to go eat somewhere.
We usually eat at certain places in college. It was,
went to
it was
go
Red
eat.
Robin.
Yeah. I don't think I was in the car with him, but we were deep. Back and James was a part of that group. Ken was in that group. Unfortunately, you weren't there yet.
I was not there yet.
We didn't meet
Yeah,
you
yeah.
yet. But we were leaving the campus, and I wasn't in the car, but I see our buddy Mike driving off with his teal Civic, and he tried to drift the exit out of campus, and instead of drifting his way out, he drifted onto a curb. And then I was in the other car, and I was just like, oh shit! Like everybody saw it. Everybody he saw it. You see him come out of his car. I mean, this is.
He did he hit anything?
He hit a curb. He
Yep.
drifted onto a curb.
Bent his axle
Yeah.
for the car. Shit went
And-
in.
But ask why he did it because we just got out of class and we were all feeling good about like
Feeling so good.
we were feeling so good about going to eat, like, oh, we solved the drama, right?
Yeah.
So he just felt like
we can do a whole episode on college.
yeah.
And we will eventually.
I'm sorry, this is going away from the heist, but yeah, he drifted onto a curb and it stopped his whole vehicle. So
Okay.
yeah.
This will be a short.
But he would be the wheelman. He would be the wheelman
yeah.
for sure. For
and
sure.
and this would wrap it up really quick though.
And we
but
crash.
for us, and I guess for you guys too, to really think about,
Yeah.
would it be money that you guys are stealing? You know, because get back can be in so many different ways.
Yeah, I feel like
I think
when I think of heist, I do think of cash or gold or
Right.
jewelry. You know.
gold.
Yeah. Yeah, I think money.
For me, so and this is what I was thinking about too as well. I think it would be really cool to take like a piece of like high value art somewhere from a high security art museum.
The Mona Lisa?
Yeah, that's what I think.
You know what? I just have to bring this up because when I was a child, around 12 or 13 years old, and I used to attend catechism class, CCD. It was like every Tuesday at 5 p.m. In the classroom before the teacher got there. My buddy and I got there, right? And we're just chilling in the room. And then naturally, when the class doesn't start, we're just walking around. We look at the chimney, and inside the chimney was a bag. And then we opened the bag, and it was cash, like cash. And we looked at each other, and we were like, the teacher's not here yet. And then we were like, let's look at it. It was fake cash. It wasn't real.
Okay.
But at that moment when we didn't know it was fake, we literally looked at each other, and we were like, we didn't have to say anything.
Yeah.
But we were like, oh, what if this is real? What if this is real? Like we looked at each other, and without even like communicating, we were like, were you down? At a church too.
Are we?
At a church too. God was testing us. But yeah, no.
Was it a test for
Interesting.
church? Like, did they plant it?
Oh, that's a good question. No, I don't.
Is that why you're no longer attend regularly church activities?
He's not going back.
Let's not talk about that. But no, I don't think so. But now that you bring it up, maybe it was a test. But we left it. We didn't pick it up though. So
Oh, okay.
Okay.
yeah,
But
yeah.
maybe
But you
like,
checked it.
if you gave it back,
Well, I
they'd
would
be
have
like,
started my
yes.
heist career. You would have
Yes, I
never
would.
met me. I would have been
If
a
you
rich
Somewhere in
nah,
Paris.
if you
on the
took
moon.
it, if you took it, I think you would be in a different direction now. But I think if you gave it to the church, I'd be like, "Hello, Father Brian."
That was running in my mind though. I think the reason why I didn't take it was we're like we're at a church, like we're really like if this was
Right.
real. Yeah. So,
right. Yeah.
but it felt like a heist if we went through with it.
Damn.
Speaking of distractions, I was thinking about heists and distractions, and I'm like, how big of a role is that? The biggest distraction I thought about in a movie for a heist was probably Die Hard 2.
What part? What part?
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
When they're having McClane and Samuel L. Jackson character, I forgot his name, like keep running around doing the puzzles while they were stealing gold from Fort Knox.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, yeah, distractions is a big role.
Distraction is a huge role, if not the role, because if that distraction gets caught, everyone's caught.
Yeah, it is a big role. So
You better talk nicely to him, man.
you talk nice to me.
You're gonna put me on blast.
You talk nice to me, or I'm gonna send you back to Chuck E. Cheese, and you can slide your way through those tube slides. You little raccoon.
Yeah. But you
Anyways.
know what? The whole entire thing, this episode actually went pretty quick, if you ask me. That's that's the end of our
So
episode.
that's how
Oh.
that's how you gotta be. When you pull a heist, you gotta be quick, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that? It's a part of the episode. Anyways, chat.
Let's go,
guys.
chat.
Listeners.
If you have any experiences of doing a heist, maybe there is people who actually have done heists and are watching this episode and be like, amateurs. But if you guys have any stories of experiencing a heist or thinking of doing a heist, or maybe
Thinking of doing a heist, don't let us know.
Don't
make us accomplices.
don't let us know. But if you have extra riches to donate to the 3 Yacht Podcast, we would welcome it for sure. Just don't. Yeah,
Not from
do-
criminal activities.
No.
If
Do
you're
it
just
off-
welcome
No.
to-
off air.
don't
off
do
there.
that. Don't send us your
We're
illegal.
spiraling in a very illegal path.
No, send it. I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you have any stories that you want to share that are funny, please do share it with us on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter Sphere, wherever you would like to share it. And
Still call it Twitter, baby.
Twitter over X,
X.
baby. Twitter over X, baby. Anyways, I am the distractor, also known as Bogzy. This is the greaser.
I am the greaser, also known as Dbuster.
And what's that name though for the guy?
You're Danny.
What
That's
the-
Danny.
what is that? I'm just Danny.
That's Danny.
You're
Come
the-
on, man.
Oh,
Come on,
yeah,
Danny.
the
Danny.
brains, the
greaser.
planner.
You don't even
The
need.
planner.
Yeah, you don't even need to know. Like, once you hear Danny
mastermind.
Ocean, you're the mastermind. Anyways,
He's a mastermind.
that's fresh. That's Dbuster. I'm Bogzy. This is a $3 podcast, but the conversation does not stop. We'll catch you in the next episode.
Later.
The greaser.
The greaser.
No, I'm not gonna.